The program itself had a lot of research, many years of research in Alabama, a federally funded program. And Marilyn and Bob brought it from there to Charlotte 11 years ago. And they're two very strong clinicians in their own right and have a passion for working with those in need.
Well, I was there to do my postdoc, but also there to learn. But after about 3 months, I had this aha moment where I said, this program is just wonderful. I want to try to bring it back to my hometown, and which I did. I went to Urban Ministries Center, and we have a wonderful executive director that is open to creative ideas, Dale Mullinex. I presented the idea to him. He liked it. We took it to the board. And fast forward 1 year, we opened up, as I said, on July 17th, 06. It's a collaboration with Urban Ministries Center and a foundation, Centro Bono Foundation, that owns the housing.
The short answer is, when we started, we really didn't know what we were doing. We were not experts on homelessness. We knew there were people who were suffering and we needed to respond to them. And so our strategy was to ask people, what do you need? Which in retrospect now turns out to be the best strategy we could have come up with. Rather than having a predetermined path that everybody should follow, we started with, what do you need? Which put the client in charge of the conversation.
So for the first 3 months, clients, and it's for men, so the men attend classes during the weekdays, and then after 3 months they graduate. They still do the 3 urine checks each week and also go to meetings. But they're out there looking for work and find jobs and go to work, and therefore they can save their money. So at 9 months, they have a plan to move on to continue their recovery and manage their disease of addiction.
Well, one of the things I love about SABRE program, first of all, they get into my mind. They taught me CBT, which is a way to deal with events. For so long, whatever I felt, I would go get drunk. Whatever I felt, I would go get high. It could be feelings of joy, it could be feelings of sadness, but my ways of dealing with it was always getting drunk or getting high. And once I started working with Morgan, she was my counselor, and I appreciate her. We talked about the losses of my parents, the divorce, the damaged relationship with my daughter. And when I started talking about those things, then I started to feel better about myself. And from that was another great choice that I made early in my life, in my recovery, is that I got another man, and I was held accountable to that man. And he taught me this way of living, one moment, one day at a time. And I love how Miss Marilyn always said, and she will always help us fight the disease that we have.
We have guys that are coming in that may have been there 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks that are there, and then we got new guys coming in about every week or every other week. There's always moving through the first 3 months, graduating and moving on to the second phase. And it's really interesting to see the guys change. And a lot of them is because they start understanding what they're doing. And a lot of it, as far as this notebook they work on, is taking a hard look at yourself, which probably most people hadn't done until they start doing this.
Well, you know, wellness is such a big ingredient in overall health and wellness for any person, but there's just so much research out there now, folks who are managing recovery, about the benefits of a mindfulness practice, of exercise and diet, and also just having some balance in life, so having a good hobby, something that just gives you time to recharge and reconnect with yourself. And it just all sort of fell into place. SABRE's very community oriented, and so it became a great ground for all of these things to take hold. All of these men are capable of transitioning into independent lives, and so we have this place that gets them connected to community entities, and then they're off and running.
We do require that they go to the Y 2 times a week to do at least 45 minutes of cardio. So the cool thing is that they have full access to all 19 Ys in the Charlotte area during their time with the SABRE program. They can go as much as they want to, but required to go at least twice a week. When we have our weekly program, they also do a 45-minute group exercise class. So they're getting at least 3 workouts in a week.
Well, life today is, I'm relatively happy, joyous, and free. I've never experience peace of mind like I have now. All of my basic needs was taken care of. While I was there, I was presented with love and care. And in the place where we stayed at, I had safety and security. And then I had friends that cared about me. And from all of those needs being met, I got to a point where I reached self-actualization. While I was there, I started school and I completed my degree and I'm a counselor. I'm a counselor with a local agency here in Charlotte. I've been working there for about a year. The Salvation Army had hired me and I worked there for about 3 years. But it all stemmed from the things that I've learned while I was at Sabre. Learning and going out and practicing. Life is good.